stage today, former Deputy Speaker, former Member of Parliament for Lagdera, Farah Maalim, and the present House Majority Leader. Are you Member of Parliament?
Yes, for the great town of Garissa Town.
I wanted you to say
I'm not a rural MP. Like Kisumu Town, Nakuru Town, Eldoret,
the great
Mombasa. Yeah.
Garissa. Population?
250,000.
That's as many followers as I have on Twitter.
That's the biggest urban center in Northern Kenya.
Yes.
That's the beginning of civilization.
Okay. Before we go real quick. Oh, by the way, shout out. You must be wondering who these people are from Daystar University real quick. Here they are. Shout out, folks. Oh my, what my. Tweet from Bill Amos. Bill Amos says, Honorable Aden Duale is defending Olelenku is like removing someone from history class and giving them a physics paper. I mean, he is way over his, if you will, man. I mean, it's too much for him. Can't he walk up to the boss and say, listen, Chief, let me walk away. Let me walk away from this. Is this job that important? What's more?
Jeff, before I talk about Olelenku, I was just telling you how in every domestic law enforcement mission that the Kenyan Armed Forces, the Kenya Defense Forces ever took since independence, it was bungled and there was a disaster. Wagala was similar to this. They were called in to assist the police. We ended up losing over 2,000 Kenyans. Garissa in 1980, Bolakartas massacre, we ended up losing over 300 people because the military was supposed to keep law and order in there, do the police work. The last time in Garissa itself, in 2011, was it 2011?
2012.
When he himself was almost shot also in the streets of Garissa. The military confronted him and you know, literally his life was on the line.
I did my bit.
Let me finish it.
That matter in Parliament.
Let me finish
in court.
Even now.
No. We raised it ourselves. What I'm trying to tell you.
What is your point? Yes.
My point is that the Kenya Defense Forces is there to be deployed for external threats to this country.
You don't want them to do internal work?
No, that is not their work.
Let
me finish. Let me finish. The only time you can bring them in is when something like what happened in the post-election violence 2007.
No,
can I just finish?
Let me tell you.
Can I just finish? Honorable Duale, I'm entitled to my own opinion.
But you know,
let me say this point.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Go ahead.
You can say your point, but can I finish? We were part of this process of Parliament that passed this constitution, that put in a provision in which the Kenya Defense Forces can be called in to help the civilian forces, which is the police force. At that time, the spirit and the object of doing this thing is, in the event something like almost the failed state we got in 2007, 2008 happened, then we could call in the military to support the police so that this country does not disintegrate.
So they shouldn't be in Capedo?
Absolutely not.
They shouldn't be.
Westgate. What happened in Westgate?
Was a disaster.
Let me tell you.
Disaster. Why did KDF boss, the general he's talking about now, why didn't he discipline his own forces who are there with paper bags and literally rob the place clean?
Let me tell you.
What should have been done by only 4 officers there? 4 officers.
Your turn, much more.
Yeah, let me make time. You know, one thing we must make it very clear, and it's not Honorable Duale. It's the people of Kenya, the framers of the Constitution, that who put Article 241, Sub-Article 3, A, B, C in 2010 referendum, and created a system in the Constitution that a time will come when the Kenyan Defense Forces will be deployed to contain local insurgency. And the routes are 2. They can support the National Police Service, can call in the Kenyan Defense Forces for assistance, and then KDF or the Minister for Defense will table a report to Parliament, to the National Assembly. The second one is where the President, as the Commander-in-Chief, will seek a parliamentary approval for the deployment of KDF to contain insurgents in Turkana.
Was this a good idea? Was this a good idea?
Has it been sought? Has it been sought in both cases?
Yes.
Was this a good idea in Capedo?
Yes.
So was that passed by Parliament? I think Parliament was not even sitting when this happened.
Okay,
proceed.
I'm a member of Parliament and the leader majority. In 5th of December 2013, the government sought, through a motion that I brought to the House, to deploy KDF forces in Marsabit, in West Pokot, in Turkana, and in Samburu counties. That approval has been granted to Kenya Defense Forces or to the Ministry of Defense. Secondly,
what was the time frame? It's not an open check. It's not only that.
How successful have they been?
Let me finish.
The provisions of the Constitution put in time in there.
Today is very peaceful. You know what was happening in Marsabit? There was a serious clan war in Marsabit.
Correct.
Today Marsabit is stable. Today Samburu is stable.
Because of KDF?
Because of KDF. Today Mandera is stable. And KDF is going to make Kapedo and Turkana and West Pokot stable. From where I sit, this government must secure the borders of our country for us to build the railway, for us to provide laptops, for us to build, to create 1 million acres of irrigation, for us to grow the economy by 10%.
Those same laptops you promised us will be here by March.
Oh, the courts. We believe in the rule of law.
2 years later.
I told you.
Thank you.
Now, yeah, listen to me. Can I explain now? Can I explain?
Listen, we are not like the grand coalition government of the yesteryears. We believe in the rule of law. We believe in a reformed judiciary.
You yourself said you would resign if the kids didn't get the laptops.
If they didn't get the laptops because of our failure. The problem is in judiciary. You can
procurement messes that
and Dr. Willie Mutunga, my good friend.
Oh, you're blaming Willie now. Dr. Willie.
No, Willie is holding it.
Now let me tell you, the procurement.
I'm telling you.
You see, well, let me just say now something. Talking about the laptops and other things, the biggest rot in this country is corruption.
Yeah.
And when people pad things, you wonder whether. Can I just finish? Duale? Now, when people pad these things and give it in such a manner, you wonder whether the objective was to get laptops to children or to scheme something creams out of that in terms of corruption.
Sure.
No, that's one thing.
Those are vendors. The vendors can be Koinange, they can be Farah Maalim,
but
they can be anybody.
Jeff, I waited for Duale. Can you protect me from Duale, please?
Okay, I'll protect you from Duale.
Protect me from Duale. Now, listen to me.
Yes.
The other bit, my brother is talking about the constitutional provision.
241.
It's there.
Yes.
But it's timed. I think 60 days or just a moment, Duale. It's 60 days or 90 days. I can't remember the thing. If you had a copy, you must come back to Parliament again to seek further approval.
But you think it's a bad idea?
It's a very bad idea
to have KDF.
It's because 21 officers were killed when we have 60,000 police officers.
But there's friction between administrative police and regular police.
Before you reach there, Jeff, can you Google the Constitution of Kenya?
I'll Google it right now.
Article 241, 3A, 3B, 3C let me finish. Has no timeline of 60 days. You know, my good friend has retired a bit. The last time he read the Constitution maybe was 2011. I read it this afternoon to the House.
Before you came?
241.
Jeff,
there's no timeline.
Jeff, once
you get approval,
oh my
that's
God.
it.
I don't see us making such a mistake and giving a blanket power to the president, because this constitution was designed to tame executive power as much as possible.
Absolutely.
You cannot say that you pass it. You pass a motion granting the president those powers, and then it's a blanket check.
Let me ask you this. Is there friction between AP and regular police? Is there friction?
Who cares? They all work for the same government.
Well, it doesn't seem like they do. It doesn't seem like they do on the ground.
Ask me.
I'm asking you then.
Call Kimayo to this bench and ask him if there's a friction.
He won't come.
None of us
he
work
won't
for
come.
the police.
In fact, Bashir below is saying Karangi should be appointed IG, Kimayo should be taken to Kenya prisons.
Let me tell you.
That is a very good opinion from a Kenyan.
Let me tell you.
I'm sure the president is watching.
Let me tell you, Jeff. Let me tell you, Jeff, something.
Yes. Is Kimayo the problem?
I don't think so.
Jeff,
why?
Let me tell you the problem we have right now.
Why Kimayo or Lenku is not the problem is that let us not, and please.
Who does the buck stop with? You said it yourself. Who does the buck stop with?
The buck stops with the president.
No, come on.
Can I finish? Let us not individualize the serious security situation our country is facing. Let us forget about blame game. Let us address this thing together from all political divide in a very sober way and ask us, how do we fix the insecurity problem in our country?
Mheshimiwa,
the problem.
Where does the buck stop?
The problem I have in a debate like this is that one, you are not able to control it in the manner it's supposed to be controlled. And two, I'm not on the chair to tell Duale order so that he keeps quiet, because Duale will always keep on.
Yeah, but
saying,
you were used to that as deputy speaker.
Hang on a minute, let me tell you. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Jeff, this is a systemic rot in the system. The system has got to clean itself and get it right. Gone are the days when the president will blame an officer who is below that, or the deputy president will blame or the vice president in the past, or Duale will blame another. That is one government. There's a collective responsibility. The buck stops with the president, as Duale puts it. Anything that goes wrong reflects on the president. It reflects on the president all the way down to Duale and everybody who's in the government.
Is there a solution to this? Let's move on. Let's move on. Is there a solution?
I have no authority or no power, or anybody else in this country right now who is in the opposition like me.
Hold on, Mheshimiwa.
Like me.
Real quick, what's the solution? Do we bring Ali back? Do we suggest?
No, can I give you one solution?
Go on.
The office of the Inspector General of Police is a constitutional office. The president cannot even sack Kimayo.
He can convince him to resign.
Convincing is a different story. That you do it informally.
Yeah.
But Kimayo...
How did he get Gishangi? How did he get rid of Gishangi?
Thank you.
No.
Yes.
How did he get rid of Gishangi?
Gishangi still had, I think, 1.5 years more to go.
If you allow me.
Okay, proceed.
If you allow
But he
me,
has a good question.
If you allow me, how he got it, Gishangi, is a different story. But IG, Inspector General of Police Kimayo, has a tenure, a security of tenure. He can only be removed through Article 257
so
of the Constitution.
NSIS or NIS
Let me finish. How Gishangi left is a debate for another day. The same for a number of other constitutional office holders. If you read chapter 15...
But you have no solution.
No.
You have no solution.
Let me tell you. Let me give you. The Auditor General of the Republic of Kenya has a security of tenure, cannot be removed by the President. The Director of Public Prosecution has a security of tenure. The Chief Justice has a security of tenure. The Chair and the CEO of Ethics and Anti-Corruption have security of tenure. These are issues that the removal of those individuals from key offices, the roadmap is given in the Constitution. A petition must come to Parliament.
Okay, real quick. Robert Duale, your good friend.
Yes.
He says, ha, Robert. Duale and Farah. Ask Duale what he thinks about the allegations by Juma Kwayera on Facebook.
Tell him to look at my tweets and my Facebook. He has the answers there.
You heard that,
Jeff.
He has the answers there.
Jeff, let me tell you one thing. Let me now tell you something about statecraft.
About what?
Statecraft.
Yes.
How states work, how governments work. If Honorable Uhuru were to be disappointed with the way Honorable Duale runs the place, which of course he is not from all purposes and what we see out there, they seem to be doing very well together. For argument's sake, if he's not happy with him, he will call him and he will tell him, my friend, put in your resignation. As a friend of his.
Yes.
And the next thing we know is that Duale says because of issues of personal issues and all these things, issues and everything else.
He would never do that.
Hang on.
He would never do that.
No, he will do it.
Kenyans don't resign.
Just a second. Let me explain to you. Gishangi had a security of tenure. If he wants to get rid of anybody other than the Chief Justice is a separate arm of the government. And the Speaker of the National Assembly. Those two, the President has no powers, no authority, no way of calling him and telling him to take a walk.
That is an informal discussion.
But
over a cup of tea.
They will have an informal discussion.
He would do it.
Yes.
Maybe he'll do it. Yeah. Maybe it's coming.
Listen to me. They'll have an informal discussion.
But he must follow the Constitution.
And he will say, no, resigning is also part of the process of the Constitution. The Constitution provides for you to resign if you want to.
Remember the famous quote by Amos Kimunya? I would rather die than resign.
Why did he resign? Amos, my friend, who was my classmate in the postgraduate course, and who, by the way, came the best in our class, in the MBA class.
Kimunya?
Yes. With a straight, solid 4. A GPA of 4.
Come on.
Serious, I'm telling you.
He did MBA.
Yes, he did MBA. We were together in class and he got his MBA.
That was good.
Brilliant, sharp.
But he said, I'd rather die than resign.
What happened? Why did he resign?
How many guys have resigned since independence Kenya?
Definitely.
Since independence
I can
Kenya.
count them in the fingers of one hand.
Who resigned since independence Kenya?
Charles Jonjo.
He was forced by parliament.
But he resigned.
I know he's your cousin. He resigned through the pressure of parliament.
But just because you bandits are cousins.
We're losing sight of this. We're losing sight of this debate.
Charles Jonjo.
Who else?
Peter
Okondo.
Peter Okondo, okay.
Because of Bishop Alfred Muge.
Okay.
Continue.
Very many people resigned. Matiba resigned.
Karanja,
yes, JK.
Matiba resigned.
My good friend, the guy I admire, Mwai Kibaki resigned.
Okay.
When he formed
That's 5.
Yeah.
No, there are many more than that.
No, there are not more than 5.
There are very many.
Very extraordinary men and women.
What about these people who were in The Hague the other day? How many of them resigned and left on their own?
Which ones?
These people who were taken to Hague, some of them who were eventually vindicated.
Mudaura didn't resign.
No, he resigned. I'm telling you.
They did resign.
No.
They did resign.
Was he sacked?
They stepped aside.
Correct.
There's a difference between stepping aside and
resigning.
Big
difference.
Henry Koskei.
Would you resign? Would you resign if you were not doing a good job and the president came to you and said, hey,
of course. No, I'll not wait for the president. If I fail my job as
Henry Koskei resigned.
You wouldn't resign.
I will.
You wouldn't.
Why are you so sure?
Because where you are is sweet. We love this power. Power is sweet. It's intoxicating.
You are given by the people. I was elected.
So you wouldn't resign?
Jeff.
Not like Lengu
and the IG. Statecraft is not Jeff Koinange life. It's got its own dynamics. Let me tell you something. It's got its own serious dynamics.
One thing I want to tell you.
Anybody the president wants him to go except those two institutions of parliament and judiciary, he will immediately do it.
Correct.
And you will see it. Yes.
Even Obama convinces his people to step aside.
Precisely.
How many are you convinced?
Oh, Obama? Quite a few. Look at the Attorney General didn't come back.
Do you know the history behind that?
Oh, come on.
He resigned.
He resigned.
He resigned after the loss of the midterm elections.
Correct.
Of the Republicans.
But do you see the significance of that?
You cannot be in
but we have a parallel right now.
The ship is sinking. The Attorney General left.
But the ship is sinking also here. Look at what's happening to the security.
Gaza, Sparta, Carissa's, Duale can never resign.
Of course. He's one of my voters. He gave me the vote. A 5 years contract with the people of Garissa.
No. He will never resign as a member of parliament for Garissa Township.
But listen, let's face it. Yeah. If we overhauled internal security, if we overhauled the police, wouldn't people have more confidence in the system, Mheshimiwa?
Yes and no. Yes, because always a change is better. But I can tell you, we need all of us as a country to come together and work how we can fix our security. It's a challenge. Part of it is a global challenge. Part of it is a regional challenge. Part of it is our own internal challenge.
If you were to do one thing, Mheshimiwa, one thing in the security of this country to make it better, what would that be?
Jeff, everything has gone to the dogs. Look at the issue with the drugs we have right now. Listen to me. Look at the issue with the drugs. Look at issues with even fake degrees that people have and go and end up in offices. And you have a security machinery, you have a criminal investigation department that cannot investigate. You get my point? And people, as long as it's money, anything can go.
It's a shame.
So much so that now we are losing our sovereignty. The Americans are coming and arresting drug lords in our country.
In our country.
Yes.
Does the FBI have to come and arrest Akasha Jr. and ship him to New York?
Can I tell you something?
Absolutely.
He served in a senior position in last government. In the last 3 successive governments, this is the only government that has shown the will, the political will, to deal with the drug dealers.
How so?
The Americans were bringing this request. They brought it to Kenyatta, the Mzee, the late. They brought to Moi. They brought to Kibaki. It was hot in last parliament.
Very hot.
It is only Uhuru Kenyatta's political commitment and his government that sank the first ship in the history of the world.
What was in the ship? What was in the ship?
Drugs.
Are you sure?
Drugs. We are dealing and watch our space.
Are we? I was going to ask you. Are there
space.
going to be more arrests?
Watch our space. We are going to do more arrests. We are going to deal with the money launderers.
Listen.
We are going to deal with the cattle rustlers. We will deal with the MRC. We will deal with the hooligans, even football hooligans. Even football hooligans. Even Gor Mahia were putting them on
Jeff,
notice.
Jeff.
You know, let me tell
just
you.
hooligans.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I am a football fan.
Yes.
I watch.
But they just won the championship.
I watch football.
Yes.
You can't go to a stadium and you come out of it and you ban by car. That is irresponsible.
Which team do you support?
Oh, Man U. We have a new coach. We have a new coach and
Man
new
U,
players.
number 7, Man U.
Of course, that's my team. We're coming.
Hold on. We're going to take another break.
I'm a fan of Gor Mahia.
Are you?
I don't go around looking for Arsenal or
Then you should
or
pay
Man
Alfred
U
Mutua.
or the others.
He should pay Alfred Mutua.
There's no problem.
Alfred Mutua needs 10 million shillings for this
I
game.
believe in homegrown. I believe in myself.
Yes.
And I believe in our own quality.
Yes.
And our own young men and what they're able to do. And that's what we need to
not
promote.
hooligans.
But let me now explain to you, Jeff.
Yes.
Jeff, we are in bad shape. How many ships have been arrested with multi-billion shilling drugs?
Not this government.
How many have slipped through when you see one or
Not
two of
this
them
guy.
arrested?
But this is the start. It's a start.
Not this government.
Rest assured. 10, 15 of them are coming through. You can get drugs anywhere you
Can you
want in this
provide the
country.
information to us?
Listen to me.
We are going to
you
sing
can get. We know all the drug lords. They're here.
We are going to
You
sing
know them. You know them.
We know
yes.
them.
And why
Which
you
viewer says they're going to be arrested.
Give us
When?
a few months.
Yeah.
A few months.
Kenya will be free of drug dealers. I can tell you.
On live TV.
On live TV.
Keep tweeting.
If you're watching me
Yes.
and you are a drug dealer,
That camera there.
your days are numbered.
Say that again.
Your days are numbered under the Jubilee government.
Do you know Jeff?
Hold on.
I am telling you.
Hold on.
Jeff.
I am telling
As
you.
drug dealers take a pause, we will take a commercial break.
Yes.
Keep tweeting at Farah Maalim, at Honorable Aden Duale, at Koinange. Drug dealers, this is what you've been told. Oops.
That is too.
We'll be back in a moment.